Why do some units hide their suicide rates instead of addressing the problem? 3rd Battalion had lost 4 soldiers in 6 months, not in combat. All 4 took their own lives. Command kept it quiet. No announcements, no unit-wide discussions, just memorial services with vague explanations about personal struggles. I was a squad leader, specialist rank, watching my soldiers get more stressed every week. Long hours, toxic leadership, zero support systems. Everyone could feel something was wrong. Private Owen Caldwell came to me in week 7. Kid was 20 years old, looked exhausted. Sergeant, I need to talk to someone. I'm not doing good. I sent him to the chaplain like I was supposed to. Chaplain met with him for 30 minutes, said he seemed fine, sent him back to duty. 2 days later, Owen tried to hang himself in the barracks bathroom. His roommate found him in time, cut him down. Medics saved his life by minutes. Command's response? Sent Owen to behavioral health for 3 days, then right back to the same unit. Same toxic environment, same problems, zero changes. First Sergeant Vance pulled me aside. Don't discuss Caldwell's incident with anyone. It's private medical information. We handle these things internally. Internally meant pretending it didn't happen. Owen came back to work. Everyone knew what occurred, but nobody could talk about it. The silence made everything worse. My buddy Shane from another company told me they'd lost 2 soldiers the same way. Command buried those stories too. Claimed discussing suicide might trigger copycat behavior. Week 9, I found a note in my desk. Anonymous. Written on torn notebook paper. 5 soldiers are planning to kill themselves this month. Leadership doesn't care. Someone needs to know. I took it straight to First Sergeant Vance. He read it, crumpled it up, threw it away. Probably a prank. Don't waste my time with rumors. That night I couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about that note. 5 soldiers. What if it was real? Next morning I did something that probably ended my career. Went directly to the base inspector general. Bypassed my entire chain of command. The IG investigator was a major named Elliot Krause. He listened to everything. Owen's attempt, the 4 deaths, the silence discussions, that anonymous note. How long has this been happening? He asked. 6 months that I know of, sir. Could be longer. Krause started digging. Within 2 weeks, he uncovered the truth. 3rd Battalion had actually lost 9 soldiers to suicide in 18 months. Command had been classifying some as accidents, others as medical discharges before death to keep them off official records. The numbers looked better on paper that way. Made leadership's performance reviews cleaner. Deployment readiness appeared higher. Battalion commander got relieved. First Sergeant Vance got investigated for falsifying reports. The whole command structure collapsed. But here's what nobody expected. The new commander, Lieutenant Colonel Pierce Navarro, completely changed everything. First day, he called a formation. I know what happened here. I know about the soldiers we lost. I know about the cover-up. That ends today. He brought in real mental health professionals, not just chaplains. Actual therapists who showed up weekly. He cut work hours, fired toxic squad leaders, created anonymous reporting systems that actually worked. Most importantly, he talked about suicide openly, made it not shameful to ask for help. Mental health is like physical health. You wouldn't hide a broken leg, don't hide a broken mind. Owen stayed in the unit, got real treatment this time. Therapy, medication, regular check-ins. 2 years later, he made sergeant himself. Now he runs the peer support program helping other soldiers before they reach crisis. The anonymous note? Never found out who wrote it, but it saved lives. 3rd Battalion went from highest suicide rate in the division to lowest in 1 year. Not because problems disappeared, because they stopped hiding them. I got promoted despite going over my chain of command. Krause wrote in his report that I potentially prevented multiple deaths by speaking up. Shane's unit? Still covering up problems. Lost 3 more soldiers last year. Command still pretends everything's fine. That's the difference. Some units treat suicide like a statistics problem. Others treat it like a people problem. One approach protects careers, the other saves lives. Owen told me something last month that stuck with me. You know what the worst part was? Feeling like nobody cared enough to admit we had a problem. The silence killed more soldiers than the actual issues did. He's right. The cover-up was worse than the crisis itself. First Sergeant Vance never served another day after his investigation. Got discharged, lost his retirement. Turns out falsifying death records is a serious crime. Command climate surveys now happen quarterly in 3rd Battalion. Anonymous. Reviewed by outside personnel. Real consequences for toxic leadership. It's not perfect. Soldiers still struggle, but now they struggle out loud instead of in silence. That's the real difference between units that address problems and units that hide them. One creates shame, the other creates hope.